The end date of this opportunity is very close, so I would advise you make use of it as soon as possible. Before we dive right into it, I would love to take 1 or 2 minutes of your time to introduce to you something very special, something that will help you move to the UK, settle in the UK safely. We all know how the accommodation crisis has been in the UK recently, which is why I want to share this platform with you to enable you book your accommodation on time. If you watched my previous video, I talked about accommodation, that was one of the things I regretted not booking before I moved to the UK, which is why I'm sharing this platform with you to give you an opportunity to be able to book your accommodation even before you move to the UK or any part of the world. Amber is a premier student accommodation platform with over 1 million beds in over 20,000 properties across 200 cities worldwide. You can imagine a platform with over 1 million beds. You can book accommodation in any part of the world through Amber platforms such as Australia, Canada, Germany, Ireland, Portugal, Spain, UK, USA, and many more. Which means that if you're planning to move to any of those cities to study, you can actually book your accommodation before you leave your country. Amber accommodations are always known as a home away from home. Imagine you moving to a new city, you don't have family and friends. It is always very easy for you to settle in any of the Amber's property. Why choose Amber? Easy to search. Students can search for their homes according to their preferences and can also filter by locality and universities. Like I earlier mentioned, most of the accommodation you book on Amber platform are very close to school, like 5 minutes away from school. Over 1 million beds, including dorms, shared rooms, and en-suite. Amber ensures that there is a perfect accommodation for each student. Convenience. Most of Amber accommodations are usually located around the universities and city centers, and you know, if you're coming to the UK or you're going to any part of the world to study, as a student you want to live in a place that you don't have to be paying transports from one place to the other. So if you are able to book an accommodation on Amber platform, I can guarantee you that you can see accommodation within 5 minutes to your university. You can also book an accommodation located in the city center on Amber platform. For safety and securities, all Amber accommodations have got 24 hours CCTV. Like, there is nothing that is not recorded, so in case of any incident you can always go back to check the CCTV to see anything that has happened. And for parents who are in overseas who wants to send their children abroad to study, it is always very easy and advisable to use Amber platform to book accommodation, because just in case you cannot even reach your child, you can always call the accommodation to find out if your child is back. And also, in case of any incidents, you can always go back to look at the CCTV footage, which is a very good thing. All student accommodations that you book on Amber are all bills inclusive, which means that if you're paying £150 for a week, you don't have to think of your electricity bill, you don't have to think of your gas bill, you don't have to think of your water bill. It is all bills inclusive. So which is why I advise you use Amber platform to book your student accommodation if you're moving to the UK or any part of the world. Amber has a simple student-friendly change and cancellation policy, which means that if your visa was refused due to any reasons, Amber will always refund you the accommodation you have paid for. You don't really need to go through stress to request for a refund. There are no hidden fees. When making your booking, you get an end-to-end support, which means that from the point you make your booking to the point of arrival, you will always get some support from Amber. It is fast and easy booking. It is 100% verified listing. A lot of Amber accommodations have got lots of facilities that will make your stay abroad very comfortable and easy. Just as you can see on my screen, they've got fitness center and gym that you don't have to go register for gym elsewhere, because most of the accommodations have got gym that you just have to go in and do your workouts without paying any extra fee. They've got gaming room, got parking space allocated to anyone who drives. They've also got study room, which you can always go to study, especially when you're close to your exams or maybe you're doing your coursework, and it will even allow you to mix up with other people that may possibly be in the same department with you. They've also got swimming pools of activities that will keep your stay very comfortable. Or if you're a parent and you're thinking of sending your kids abroad to study, please use the link in the description box and in the pinned comment to book your accommodation in any part of the world. Trust me, their fee is affordable. It is also refundable. Just in case you change your mind, you will always get your full refund. And in case your visa was denied, you can always get your full refund.
Just to add to it, Amber is currently running a scholarship of up to £10,000 for 3 winners. And the good thing about this scholarship, you don't really have to book any accommodation with Amber properties. All you need to do is to click on the link in the description box and in the comment section and apply for the scholarship. The first winner is going to take home £5,000. The second winner, £3,000, and the third winner, £2,000. This is to support everyone who is a student. The deadline of this application is 15th of July, so hurry and apply. Share this video, share the link with your friends and loved ones. You don't need to book an accommodation for you to be qualified to apply.
So guys, thank you for the time. Let's quickly dive right into today's video. We all know that if you're coming to the UK on the health and care worker visa, in the past, you're not allowed to work in any other organization for more than 20 hours. Now, in February, just as you can see on my screen, February 2023, the Home Office announced a change to supplementary work rules for sponsored workers in the UK on the health and care visa. This means that health and care visa holders are permitted to work more than the current 20 hours per week for an additional employer without having to notify the Home Office. Any supplementary hours worked beyond the 20 hours must be in an eligible health and care visa rule. The exemption is in place for 6 months, after which the exemption will be reviewed in August or September 2023. A lot of people have been asking me this question: Fajira, if I move to the UK, can I work in another organization for over 20 hours? Yes, you can work in another organization, but it has to be a care organization for more than 20 hours. This was announced in February 2023, which I know that some care workers who are currently in UK have taken good advantage of it, and some are still struggling to be able to get another care organization they can work for over 20 hours. Now, I think the government said that if you have to work in another organization for more than 20 hours, you have to work in the organization that actually sponsored you to the UK for the number of hours you have been contracted to do. But a lot of people have found it very difficult to have that number of hours in the organization that actually sponsored them to the UK, because some of the care organizations do not even have enough contracts, or maybe service users they will assign them to, which has made a lot of people to be struggling right now. I've been getting a lot of questions for those who just arrived in the UK, for those who are also planning to move to the UK between now and August. Yes, like I said, that you can work in another organization from what the government have said, but this is coming to an end on the 27th of August next month. I'll share that with you. Just as you can see on my screen, what you can do without updating your visa. If your extra job is also eligible for health and care worker visa, you can work as many hours as you like without updating your visa. If your job is not eligible for health and care worker visa, you can still work up to 20 hours a week if the job is in a shortage occupation list. Check if your job is on the list of the health and care, education shortage occupations, or other shortage occupations. So if you want to check, you can actually check for yourself. But now, as you can see on my screen, you will need to update your visa if you're going to either get a job that is not eligible for health and care worker visa job or in a shortage occupation list. Work more than 20 hours in a job in a shortage occupation list that is not eligible for health and care worker visa. So like I said, that if you're currently in the UK and you're not aware of this, because I know I've been having these questions over and over: Fajira, I've just arrived, I'm looking for a job, I need to make some more money to pay my bills and so on. Yes, you can still do that between now and August. As you can see on my screen, working after 27th of August, you have to be very mindful of this, because if you carry on doing this after the 27th of August, from 27th of August 2023, you will only be able to do up to 20 hours of additional paid work without updating your visa. The job will need to be either in the same occupation code and at the same level as your main job, or in a shortage occupation. If you're currently doing over 20 hours in another organization but still in the care sector, I would advise that you put these dates on your calendar, because anything more than this date, you cannot say I didn't know or it was a mistake. Just put this date, 27th of August 2023. That's the last date that you have to practice this. Because after that, if you carry on working more than 20 hours in any other organization, or maybe in the organization you're working currently, you may end up having problem with the Home Office, which is not what you want. So I would advise that while you are still doing this, before the 27th of August, let the employer know that after that date, you cannot come and work over 20 hours. You just have to wait until there is a new announcement, because when things like this happen, you can't say I didn't know, because it's already everywhere that this is valid for 6 months, and this started in February, and 27th of August is not really far from now. So I would say just remember this date, work towards this date. If the employer you're working with is not aware of this date, you yourself remind the employer that the government have said I only have this period of time to work for more than 20 hours. So moving forward, I can only come and work 20 hours with you. Don't try to play smart to like, oh, I'm just going to carry on working. The government may not know. Remember, everything you work will definitely pass through your NI. And if you're earning more than what you should earn for a 20 hours shift, they will still know. And I'm sure that you don't want to get into that kind of problem that you will need to start explaining. When it comes to things like this, like I said, you can't say, oh, I was not aware. If you're planning to move to the UK between now and August, you have till the 27th of August to practice this, to work in another organization for more than 20 hours. I would advise, like I said, just wait until there is a new announcement after the 27th. Don't just carry on doing what you're doing. For those of you who are currently in the UK that are still searching for a second employer, I would say just keep searching. I know a lot of people who have gotten jobs in the second organization or in the second company, and the challenge they have now from what they told me is that by the time they finish with their main employer and they are trying to catch up for the second one, is either they are going late, or maybe they go there and they sleep because they haven't slept from their previous shift. So I would just advise that try to do as much as you know you can. Don't take up so much on yourself. Yes, I know you need the money to pay your bills, to sort out other things. Maybe your travel expenses you're still paying back to wherever you had borrowed from. But I would say try to take things easy, because someone told me a story recently. She went to work and she left from the main employer where she used to work nights and went straight to the day one to resume. And while she was working, she could hear a loudspeaker playing music in her ears, and she does not know if she was snapped. She was really panicking. That was why she called me to explain that to me. So they played the loud music in her ears because she was sleeping, and she quickly jumped up, and when she jumped up, she saw other service users she was supposed to be looking after her. Now she was panicking. She didn't know what to do, and she called me. She was like, Alfajira, I don't know if I was snapped. Or before they brought that loudspeaker, I don't know if they have been trying to wake me and I was not able to wake up, and they brought a speaker playing a very loud music in my ears, and I jumped up. So till now she's still waiting to hear from her company to know what has happened. And another one right now is under investigation as well. So in as much as you're given this opportunity to work more than 20 hours in another organization, if you're fortunate to get it, please guys, try to manage it in a way that it will not clash. Because when you go to A, you're not sleeping, you go to B, you're not sleeping, and at the end of the day you end up having problems with both employers. Just try as much as you know you can to pick a few days you can work with the employer A, and also pick a few days to work with the employer B, so you won't end up having problem with both organizations because you're trying to work for more hours. So, but bear in mind, like I said, that this is going to end on the 27th of August. So please don't exceed it, because I don't know is not an excuse in the UK. You're an adult. Once you're over 18, you're responsible for anything you do. Once it's 27th of August, just calm down, reduce the number of hours, and wait to hear what the UK government has to say. And like you all know, I will always come back to share every latest updates with you, so you know what next to do. As well, you can also Google yourself and also search to see if there has been any new updates regarding this. So guys, we've actually come to the end of this video, and if you have watched this video till now, please do like and share with your friends and loved ones. Someone may benefit from it. And if you're yet to subscribe to join our beautiful family, please do hit on the subscribe button, turn on the notification bell, so each time I upload a new video, you're definitely going to be the very first person to see that video. Thank you very much for watching, and see you right in my next video. Bye bye for now.